Most of us can think of a habit we'd love to create, like not overeating when we're at an expensive restaurant. And if you're like me, you can hear that voice of either a teacher or a parent repeatedly telling you that there are hungry kids living in Africa. So you got to eat everything on your plate. Or the fact that it tastes so good, you just don't want to stop, right? Or maybe it's weighing our ideal weight or enjoying a secure retirement and a life we want to create. There are a lot of reasons to create good habits. Today, I'm going to share with you what I've learned about how to create a habit from some of the most successful people in the world. So stay tuned. Hi, my name is Annette, your host of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of the Millionaire Insider. For over 30 years, I have been advising and researching the top 1% of millionaires, and I am passionately obsessed with money, mindset, and the intersection of self-worth and net worth, and how the two connect and allow us to live fulfilled and wealthy lives on our terms. I'm a Midwestern girl who had a dream, began investing $25 a month 35 years ago, and today have a multi-million-dollar net worth. I teach the tried and true that only someone with over 3 decades of experience advising millionaires would know. This podcast is different, about much more than money. We talk about mindset, success, money blocks, worth barometer, and all aspects of money and topics from practical manifestation, along with real-world how-to and everything in between, with the goal of making your journey easier and more fun. Think of this as coffee, actually matcha tea, learning real-world common sense money and life advice from a BFF that you can start applying today. If you want to create a financially free life you love, you are in the right place, my friend. This is the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. So let's dive into how to create a habit. So our free resource is our goal setting guide. You can go to themillionaireinsider.com/GSG. You're going to love this resource. Goal setting is critical to achieving your desired results, and setting your goals provides you a target that you can aim to reach. The challenge is knowing how to effectively set goals that are hardwired in your subconscious mind so that you show up and do the work you need to ultimately achieve it. This guide provides you the step-by-step on how to set goals so you can achieve them. You're going to learn the exact terminology to write out your goal, as well as the different categories and examples. So you literally have everything you need to write out your goals. Again, you can go to themillionaireinsider.com/GSG. For today's show notes and resources, you can go to themillionaireinsider.com/37. All materials and intellectual property are copywritten by themillionaireseries.com. The information we provide is not intended to replace any advisor or specialist, or to provide any investment, financial, tax, retirement, or any planning or healthcare advice. All participants agree to hold millionaireseries.com and its affiliates harmless for results achieved or not achieved. Today, in how to create a habit, you're going to learn what is a habit, why money habits are so important, how long it takes to change a habit, the process to create a habit that sticks. So what is a habit? It's basically a behavior that is repeated regularly and often occurs unconsciously or subconsciously. There are positive habits, like when you start exercising or eating better or saving for retirement. And there are negative habits, such as smoking or drinking too much or overeating. They are typically formed through a process of consistent repetition, meaning we do it over and over again, and eventually it just starts kicking into our primal brain and we just do it. The behavior becomes automatic, and over time, it's like brushing your teeth, pouring a cup of coffee, or scrolling through social media. This time of the year is a great time to review habits and determine what you want to change in the upcoming year so that you can live more wealthy, healthy, and fulfilled. So I really encourage you to not just listen today, but really start incorporating the different goals and habits you want for the new year. Why money habits are so important. Habits relating to money are crucial for several reasons. There are positive money habits that can contribute to financial success and negative money habits that can lead to financial difficulties. So some of the reasons why habits relating to money are so important. One is financial stability. When you create positive money habits, such as budgeting, saving, investing wisely, you're going to create more financial stability. This allows you to plan for unexpected events as well as to create a secure retirement and financial future. There's also debt management. When you have good money habits, you can prevent and sometimes even eliminate and or manage your debt much better. It helps you to reduce financial stress. Positive money habits can alleviate financial stress by providing a sense of control and security. This can positively impact your mental and emotional well-being. Another reason is building wealth. When you consistently save, invest, and make great financial decisions over time, you contribute to the accumulation of wealth. This allows for financial growth and security. Also, responsible spending. Money habits influence spending behavior. And when we develop a habit of being conscious and paying attention to what we're spending our money on and allocating it appropriately, we can make sure that our decisions align with our financial goals. A simple one is improving your credit score. Now, some of you may say, oh, well, I have a great credit score. Well, what about your kids? Being aware of your credit score and doing things that improve it can be beneficial not only for you and your family, but also for your children and their children, et cetera. I have seen a lot of times happen is some women who are very well off have horrible credit scores because they've never developed any credit over the course of their lives. So just be aware of that. Another reason is it allows you to be a role model for future generations. Money habits are often passed down through generations, and developing positive habits sets a good example for children and grandchildren and other family members. It helps to promote financial literacy and responsibility. And then last but most certainly not least, there's so many more, and then the final one, which obviously there's a lot of other ones, but these ones are just top ones, is retirement planning. Saving for retirement consistently is a key money habit. And when you establish that habit early on, you start getting to take advantage of compound interest that's working for you over time and potentially leading to a more comfortable retirement. And boy, if you have ever experienced compound interest, it's so powerful. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just amazing to see your money growing and know that you put it in once and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. It's just unbelievable. And if you don't know what compound interest is, I'll link to that in the show notes. So a common question is, how long does it take to change a habit? It takes between 18 and 254 days to form a new habit, on average 66 days. Now, many experts have been studying human behavior and habits for years. And one of the foremost experts is Wendy Wood, who's a psychologist at USC. She's also the author of Good Habits, Bad Habits. Her focus has been on how and why people fall back into old habits and how good patterns help people meet goals and how to change unwanted habits. So her research is really in-depth, and it can be very helpful if you want an additional resource on creating better habits. So let's look at the process on how to create a habit. The first thing you got to do is identify the habit. What do you want to create a habit in? You want to be really clear on this. Make it specific, ideally measurable, and even time-bound. Start small. People recommend that you break down your habits into smaller, manageable tasks. And a lot of people recommend that you start on a more simple version. Now, I personally also know that some people say just go big. If you want to achieve a goal, it's like, why not go for it? So you got to look at your personality and figure out what works for you. I personally know once I have a goal, I want to go for it. So I'm not going to start small, but some people really need that. The only right or wrong is that you don't do it. The key is to figure out what you want and then create a plan and then take action. You want to ideally create a routine. When you associate the habit with an existing routine, it can make it a lot easier because you remember to perform it. You know, my life is one big routine. And from the time I wake up in the morning till when I go to bed, I've got a really good routine. When I work out, when I eat, how I eat, when I spend time with my family, it's just awesome to have a real clear routine. And then if you incorporate a new practice, it makes it easier. Like, for example, I now 20 minutes before I eat, I have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And I also have a tablespoon of raw sauerkraut. And both of those are really helpful for blood sugar and digestion. But it's easy because now I do it every time before I eat. So it's just ingrained in me. It's become a habit. Ideally, you want to choose a consistent time. Like if you're going to be exercising or when you eat, that can also really help to create a habit. Track your progress, keep track of your records, and even use a journal or a habit tracking app to monitor your consistency. That can really help. Stay consistent. Commit to performing the habit regularly. It's so important. And then create consequences. Celebrate small victories. Many people find it easier to stick to creating a new habit when they have a reward waiting for them. Others are motivated by consequences, like sending a check to their least favorite political party. You just have to decide what motivates you. And then you want to provide both positive and negative consequences. A positive one is like, say, a massage or golf on Friday. And then learn from your results. When did you get distracted? What triggered you to get off course? What do you need to do to get back on track so you can achieve your goal? Ideal if you can find social support, that's really important. And a lot of experts recommend sharing your goal with friends. Just make sure that they're supportive, right? You don't want somebody that's going to like demotivate you. And ideally, if you have a support system that provides motivation, accountability, and inspiration, that's ideal. You want to be patient. Understand that forming a habit takes time. By being patient and persistent, you're going to win the game. This is not a 100-yard dash. It's more like a few days or month marathon. And then evaluate and reinforce. After your initial period of beginning to integrate your habit into your routine, notice what's happening. Determine how you can better reinforce it, when you stayed on track and when you got off course, and what you can do to get back on track. So there you have it. Now just go and create some meaningful life and money habits that will help you create a secure retirement and financially free life you love. You're going to be so glad you did. So let's recap. A habit is a behavior that's repeated regularly and often occurs subconsciously. Money habits are important because they impact every aspect of our lives, now as well as into our retirement. It takes between 18 and 254 days to form a new habit, on average 66 days. And I encourage you to review the process to create a habit. Focus on consequences. Positive if you do it, negative if you don't. That is a great place to start. If you love the content of this podcast, please follow and subscribe to our channel so you get notified of episodes, and also give us a 5-star review and share a comment. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on taking another step to create a financially free life you love. If you're not sure about your financial future or that it's in order, or you are ready to stop worrying about money, or possibly the fear of becoming a bag lady, ending up broke in retirement, or you simply are ready to know your financial house is in order so that you can have a bright financial future, please go to themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. And that doesn't stand for non-sufficient funds. It stands for Next Step Finance. It's the next best step of what you need to do so you can avoid an NSF notice in your future. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. The number of women who were not broke or poor while working or married is staggering. The entire mission of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast is to ensure you have the information for you, your family, your friends, anyone who's willing to listen to it and apply it so that you can create a financially free life you love. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. Until our next episode, take one action that will help you create a financially free life you love. I'm Annette, your host. All international copyrights are reserved. Bye for now. So I want to thank you so much for joining me for How to Create a Habit. I'm Annette, host of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. All international copyrights are reserved. Bye for now.